am Katya Miles.
I'm Rick Banghart.
And I'm Terry McGovern, and we are three homies. So,
do you think we can afford to expose our faces?
yeah, I think so. Okay.
Oh, really? Boy.
You never know, but I mean, we're
sort of-
not in a crowd, right? Not a real crowd. So.
Yeah, well, with this many people in my line of vision, I sort of feel naked without my mask.
We have to tell you that when we started this now 7th episode of Three Homies, we thought there is a good news on the horizon.
Well, you know, the number of cases was going down, and they even removed the mask mandate in this area.
Yeah, and then Omicron, and just like that, it seemed like we were back to square one with the masks and the social distancing.
And even though it's something like 70% less chance of ending up in the hospital with serious symptoms, Omicron clearly shows the pandemic is not over.
It may not be over, but what have we learned, if anything, about the virus, about ourselves during, well, I like to think back on the fact that this is the beginning of the 3rd year of this pandemic.
Yeah. So our question then is, has anything good come out of the pandemic? And to answer that question, we did not go to the usual experts.
No, we did not ask experts if anything good came out of the pandemic.
No, we asked family, we asked friends, we asked people that we knew we could trust when we asked them, how did they personally fare since March of 2020?
You know, before the lockdown, I used to go to the coffee shop every single morning where I'd sit and stitch and do some people watching. It's a great place to do that. And among my favorite people were Lisa Jones and Ron Tomasini. Now, Lisa makes crafts like I do, and also designs wonderful accessories and costumes. And Ron is a computer programmer and a web developer. And so Lisa and I would compare notes about crafts, and Ron and I would compare notes about computer programming. Well, as I said a few weeks ago, the mask mandate was gone and the case numbers were down and we were all vaccinated, and I felt adventurous. And so I went out to visit my friends Ron and Lisa to find out if anything good had happened for them during this pandemic. And here's what we found out.
We increased our audience for our website substantially, and it happened inadvertently. Lisa was making some masks for people around the neighborhood and friends and family and people that couldn't buy masks. N95 masks were, unavailable, and basically any mask was unavailable, and people were trying to find a way to cover up. So she thought she would use some of our resources. We have lots of fabric and things like that we use for our products, and she decided to make some masks for some friends and in turn posted them on social media.
But specifically for my grandma and my mom, who did not shop online and couldn't get anything.
Absolutely. They couldn't find anything, so she started posting pictures of these masks on social media, and they took off. The media picked it up. We were looking at our website one day, and all of a sudden there's thousands of people on there at one given moment looking at masks, and we're like, what the heck happened? And so we looked, and we were actually featured in Forbes magazine as one of the 50 mask producers, the top 50 designer mask producers around. So it just really increased the visibility our company has.
The other thing that we've talked about it so many times, I think because we're in the shop, it feels very worky. But some of the really great things that came out of it was the time that we get to spend together.
Absolutely.
On the business, with each other, with our, just talking to and acknowledging our family. Making the masks was a really great way for us to contribute and give to our family. We did not even know there was so many kids in the neighborhood until they were home and their parents were home at the same hour. And there was more commotion and people walking around. It was really beautiful. Because of, or in spite of the pandemic, we were able to purchase a commercial building, which we have been looking for at least 5 years, something that we could expand into. We were able to acquire a building. So we're launching a retail space in a new kind of way. It's a retail workshop, so we're going to have a working storefront.
Aren't they the coolest?
I just love how the need for masks sparked your friends' creativity. And I'm so glad that now they will have their own retail space to continue their wonderful work.
Yeah, they are a cool couple. They really are. For me, the choice of who to talk with about the possibility of COVID doing any good for anyone was logical. I chose my son, Anthony, who's a registered nurse at a big hospital here in the Bay Area. As a frontline fighter, I thought he'd have a good perspective on what, if anything, did living with COVID give us that we might call a good. Anthony McGovern, registered nurse, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Dad. How are you?
Okay. Obviously, you're not on duty. You're somewhere above the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yes, I am hovering, representing my San Francisco Giants.
Gigantes. So I'm asking you, we're asking people today, and I wanted to ask you in particular because you're the only registered nurse I think I know that I can think of anyway. And
I'm sure you know others. They just haven't told you.
They just haven't confessed yet. Did anything good that you can think of, has anything good come out of this experience for you?
You know, I've thought about it over the last 2 years. It's a very difficult thing to see anything, to be optimistic about anything that's good come out of this.
Yeah.
This difficulties and the struggles that these COVID patients have necessitated hospitals to be able to do things that they weren't necessarily implementing in their policies and procedures beforehand, with medications like propofol to keep these patients under, to be able to just ventilate them.
You still wear the shield and everything?
I have to go above a shield because I wear a beard.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to wear one of the helmets that pushes air out.
Oh, boy.
Because no N95 works over the beard. It is not effective at all. So generally, you know, I think I'm covered enough. I have my 2 vaccines waiting for my Moderna booster. And I use what's called a PAPR, or a positive air pressure respirator. So
Sure.
It really made me a better nurse, that I was able to widen my scope of what I'm capable of and what I'm comfortable doing.
If it made you and your colleagues better nurses, then I guess we can say that was a good.
It did also build this team wherever you were. You know, it forced you to be a team to work on this.
Sure, yeah.
Which was another great thing. You know, a lot of nurses really felt like they were not alone, because we were all in the heat together.
Yeah, well, that's forged in fire.
Boy, that's one serious rig that he has to wear every day when he goes to work.
Yeah,
but
thing.
It's got to feel good knowing though that it's available for him.
Certainly makes me feel good seeing him in it.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. So, Katya, who did you talk with about trying to find if there was any good that came out of COVID for them? Who'd you talk to?
I got to talk to my long-term, wonderful, dearest friend, Robin Gabriella. Being a mom during the pandemic has been especially challenging. Shuffling between the kids, jobs, household is never easy. But imagine doing it full-time, nonstop, simultaneously. She always finds a way to express her artistic inspiration, even during the pandemic.
Honestly, a lot of positive things for us. We got out into nature so much more than ever before. We spent a lot of quality time together with the family. I took my artwork outdoors and got into chalk festivals, and that led to mural painting and more large, public works of art that were collective. And I had to turn off the news, turn off the TV, and get outside and get creative. You know that movie, Roberto Bernini, Life is Beautiful?
Yeah.
I felt the need to just entertain my kids and keep them distracted from it all, but also ended up meeting a lot of other artists and creatives who were out there in this world, trying to do the same thing.
Because you've done, let's see what we're missing. You do the painting nights. That's where you have a painting lessons at different locations sometimes.
Yes.
You did that whole gardening. Is kind of continuous project, right, for you guys. And you've been doing murals now, which are amazing. And you've been doing a book illustrating in the past, somewhat recently, right? Yeah.
Yes. Well, I did the Amazing Amy, but I have another one in the works, which I go back and forth on. But Zoom to My Room was really based on Joshua, my youngest, on his experience of the pandemic, of Zoom school and hybrid school, and everything that they went through with mask wearing, and the back and forth of whether or not they could actually be in physical school. And so that is something that I would still like to eventually finish and publish. During this season, I've definitely been taking advantage of getting outdoors and painting outside, and even was able to do some of my paint nights as plein air style, outdoor painting from life. That's something that I have the opportunity to do as an independent running my own paint night business, is that I can do it my own way.
Goodness, Katya, that woman is a force of nature.
Thank you. Yes. Gabriela is a true inspiration when it comes to promoting a positive and creative attitude.
Yeah, you can see that. Well, and so we have come to that time in our show when we want to inject a little bit of humor. Usually we comb YouTube looking for the latest satire that might be trending, a parody song about COVID. And of course, that usually comes under the category of dark humor.
And this episode, our partner, Terry here, Mr. McGovern, has taken that responsibility on himself.
Well, it is the Christmas season, and no movie is more beloved than Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed star in this holiday classic about a man who almost misses out on the true meaning of the spirit of Christmas.
Now, here's a scene from that movie, but beware, the soundtrack has been altered.
Yes, altered to suit the purposes of my friend who hired me, George Lang, hired me for his company, The Big Picture, because they always have a clever Christmas video to send out to their clients. They were running late, gave me a call, and we went into the sound booth and messed around with It's a Wonderful Life.
Christmas. Oh, I'm late again. Gotta make it. The clients, I don't care what happens to me. Save my bacon, save my clients. Do it for my wife and kids. Please, a Christmas video. We always get our Christmas videos out on time, but this year we've been so busy, I can't get it done. And now my hands are stuck to my eyes.
George!
What?
You all right? Hey, what's the matter?
I need a miracle, not a mailman. Get out!
We finished the video an hour ago, George.
What? Bert, are you kidding me?
No! You should have more faith in your team, George. We got it done! We even called some of the clients and they helped us. Hey, you got snow in your mouth.
What's that? Huh? There is snow in my mouth, Bert. In San Rafael. Ooh, where's my flash drive? Oh, I found it. Here it is. Put the video on the flash drive, Bert, and then carry me home.
No, carry yourself, damn idiot.
Yay! San Rafael! Merry Christmas! Whoa! The big picture Christmas video is done, everybody! Oh! Boo! The video's done!
Yeah, but it's in black and white.
Honey, I got the Christmas video. Hey, the clients are here. I got the Christmas video on a flash drive.
Well, where is the flash drive?
It's in my pants.
Got a contract here for you, George.
The kids will eat tonight. Oh, that's wonderful. Eggnog for everybody. Great to be in your video, George. Thanks for the dumb scarf.
Daddy, you put the bell in the video.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. It's Jingle Bells.
I love that movie, but how come I never heard those lines before?
And that's a heck of a snowstorm for San Rafael, California.
Oh, yeah, it is. I tell you, we had to fly it in from Tahoe. It was quite a job, I can tell you.
Say goodbye, Terry.
Goodbye, Terry.
Goodbye, Rick.
Goodbye from all three of us at 3homeys.com. Goodbye.
Merry Christmas.
I think we're safe now.
Happy New Year.
Get
Yep.
vaccinated. Happy New Year.